you will see 5 brave, misguided writer types battling it out for short fiction supremacy. Literary Upstart! Reading is starting Owl Stretching Time. Put your hands together, Mr. Jonathan Goldberg!
Thank you. Everyone, this is first person female narrator, though, so imagination. So, you two also here for the timeshare? It's nice in a way. Timeshare. Have to share it. Can't own time. Living on borrowed. My boyfriend is over at husband. You have to be married, they say. We're not. Actually, we don't really care about the whole timeshare, but if you listen to them, they give you tickets to that magic show with the little guy that doesn't talk, and the big guy who talks too much and then hits the little guy, and they cut the audience in half, or I don't really know. My boyfriend, Mitchell, he's into it. He's wanted to see them since he was like, so timeshare, time keeps on slipping into the furniture. I'm a bit nervous about lying, about being married. Not that Mitchell and I have been together for 6 years, but I think if we were married, we'd have gotten divorced. Oops, that was a secret. Too much sharing, right? Time sharing this room with you, and that couple with the matching. Oh, that's a nice magazine, but, right, owls. That's what, we raise owls for fun and profit. Just kidding, there's no profit in it. There was supposed to be. Owls, the eagles of the night. Not really, no one says that. No one should own the website www.eaglesofthenight.org because owls.com was taken. That'd be crazy. This was also. I had a small mail order business where I glued seashells to things, like mirrors or boxes or other seashells. You have to get up really early to find the good ones. I always source my own shells. Some people buy them, but that's cheating. I met Mitchell at a Turn Your Hobby Into Your Career Expo in Secaucus. I was there to learn about new types of glue for shells, like ones that will really hold on to the ridges of the clam or won't discolor the ruddy hues of a scallop. Anyway, he was there with the owls, and I had the shell, and the owl was on Mitchell's shoulder, just looking all angry? No. Owls can't show anger. They only have 6 emotions. I forget which. Happiness, ennui, and some others. Rage, maybe? Dyspepsia? Is that an emotion? Well, Mitchell came up to me, and for some reason, I held out my shell to the owl, and it just clamped onto it with its, like it was the most obvious choice in the world. And I was like, wow. That owl knows what it wants. Confidence. It had passion, this true passion. This shell gripped in the owl's claws like it was the most right thing in the world. And for once, I understood the Mexican flag and why they never surrendered at the Alamo. Because bird feet, talons, and I moved to Mitchell's Owl Ranch. He thought he could sell owls as the new pet because they're twice as smart as a rat and 3 times more tenacious than a weasel. But people don't know how smart rats are and people hate weasels. And there are laws, apparently, against selling owls. So ha on us, ha on that. But we still raise them because Mitchell is like those anti-government militia guys that believes all Americans should be able to raise owls and other night birds. Why does that big magician have to hit the little one? What the hell did that little one do? Nothing, just because he wants to. So Mitchell decided financially, it's in our best interest to cash in our life savings, go to Vegas, and make our fortune. But his idea of fortune is more like a gambling problem, and he actually bet the farm. Like the saying, only for real and sadder. There should be a word for that when you live out a saying. There's probably a word in German. Einwitzen, Wackensane. They have so many words. And beer, and past mistakes. Nazis. Where are all those owls going to live? You know what? I don't give a hoot. Exactly. Hoot, fucking hoot. You know, they say owls are smart. Like, they have toy owls at graduation caps. But owls are dumb. And they try to peck you and bite you when you're giving them their nightly mouse. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to change your water so you won't die. Stop attacking me. These are scars all up and down my... You know what? I hope that big magician hits the little one so hard he starts spitting out coins, or playing cards, or rabbits, or apologies for breaking the big one's wand, or fucking his sister while he was out on a shell collecting trip to Myrtle Beach. All those broken mollusca and shark teeth, like a breadcrumb trail of broken... Maybe a timeshare would be nice. I don't think Mitchell is coming. He told me he'd meet me at... They say it's like owning your own dream home for 1 or 2 weeks a year. And you can even trade with other people. So like you get this cheap timeshare in Munson, Illinois, then trade it for Puerto Rico, or Hawaii, or Greenland, or Newfoundland, or New Zealand, because who doesn't want to trade for Munson, Illinois? Who doesn't want to see the Cucamonga Boulder Museum or the world's largest hydrating pump? Or sit in a bird blind trying to see rare owls for 29 hours straight? The worst vacations make for the best. I wanted to see the Cirque du Soleil, or whatever it's called, that French-Canadian circus. I saw the brochure they have, and the commercials on the loop at our hotel. They don't talk during that. No one does. And it's a different kind of magic. They're jumping and trapeze. And they even have this one where the girl is all covered in seashells, and she rises up like Aphrodite on a big clam. And these French-Canadians are all jumping around her like dolphins. And then a pearl falls and breaks into a sad European clown who sweeps himself up and throws himself into a trash can where he falls in love with a balloon. No one smashes or gets sawed in half. They just jump and tumble and fly past each other, never touching, never connecting. It must be nice to be rewarded for always missing, to always get out of the way in time. It must be nice to be that, to be French-Canadian.
Jonathan's story tonight was Owl Stretching Time. It was the oddest title of any story in a while, and somewhat mysterious. The judges loved it. One of them wondered if it was metaphysical. Then another judge said, no, that was the original title for Monty Python's Flying Circus. That was then discarded in favor of Monty Python's Flying Circus. And the rest of the judges who were given that information made sort of noise of new awareness, like this. One of the judges pointed out that of all the readers we've ever had, you don't look the least like an owl of them. And it wasn't a bad thing. It was a judge who liked owls. So no, it's not bad. Just of all the animals in the world that you could look like, an owl is one of them. This is another gender switch story with some great details. One of the judges particularly loved, and in fact giggled like a little child at the idea that owls only have 6 emotions. We counted up, by the way, among the 4 of us, and we have 5. The judges felt like it was very organized in its disorganization, and one of the judges felt that actually they preferred it even on the page, where it was sort of like a script. You haven't seen it, but on the page it would break off and suddenly go to another digressive part of the speech, and this particular judge felt it worked great on the page. They liked the reading as well, but enjoyed the effect. And the judges felt there were some ideas that had real staying power, like this idea that there should be a German word, a complicated German word for that process that happens when you live out a saying. Which, by the way, oddly enough, happened in Annalise's story. The person lived out, you can't see the forest for the trees. So when you invent that word, you can sell it to her. And then, let's see, the last thing is, one of the judges liked the way that it's difficult to do, the way that you side the word Nazis. So later on in the piece at one point, I'm not asking you to do it now, but afterwards, if anybody wants to go up and ask Jonathan to again say the word Nazis like that, it was pretty funny. So the winner of tonight's first round of this year's Literary Upstart was Jonathan with Alistair.